That person across the cafe wearing sunglasses indoors, they're filming you, and it's completely legal. Why does this matter? Here's the law. You're sitting in a cafe, a stranger walks in wearing sunglasses indoors. They seem friendly, they ask your name, they compliment you. You have no idea they're filming you. Hours later, you discover your face is on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube with thousands of views. Comments are pouring in. You feel violated, exposed, and powerless. This is not a hypothetical. It is happening right now in Canada. Smart glasses make it easy to record anyone, anywhere, and in most cases, it is completely legal. Today, we are going to break down exactly what the law says, what your rights are, and how you can protect yourself. Let's start with the hard truth. Canadian privacy law has a massive gap. We have privacy laws that regulate businesses, but an individual wearing smart glasses, walking in a public area, a street, or a shopping mall, they are not subject to those laws. The general rule in Canada is that you can film people in public spaces without their consent. You do not need permission to photograph or record someone who is visible from a public space. This applies to streets, parks, sidewalks, and most shopping malls. Why? Canadian law recognizes that when you are in a public place, you have a reduced expectation of privacy. That means you can be filmed and there is often nothing you can do about it. What about private property? Anybody who controls private property can set conditions on entry. So, for example, a store could put up a sign saying, "No photography on our property." As soon as you activate your smart glasses on their property, you would become trespassing on that property. And that's a civil matter, not a criminal one. But the person can be ejected. Now, let's talk about when recording someone is illegal. Let's start with voyeurism. Section 162 of the Criminal Code of Canada makes that an offense. Voyeurism is a criminal offense when someone secretly observes or records a person in circumstances that give rise to a reasonable expectation of privacy. This typically applies to change rooms, bathrooms, and bedrooms, places where someone will reasonably expect to be nude or engaged in intimate activity. The recording must be for sexual purposes to qualify as voyeurism. Number 2, criminal harassment. If someone repeatedly follows, watches, or communicates with you in a way that causes you to fear for your safety, that's criminal harassment. Recording could be part of a pattern of stalking behavior, which is criminal harassment. Number 3, trespassing. As mentioned, private property owners can set conditions on entry onto their property, including prohibiting recording any type of image photography. Violating that condition can lead to being ejected or charged with trespassing. Number 4, mischief or intimidation. If someone uses recording to intimidate, threaten, or interfere with your lawful enjoyment of property, that could be a criminal offense. Number 5, commercial use without consent. If your image is being used for commercial purposes without your consent, you may have a legal claim for misappropriation of personalities. Number 6, in Quebec, they have civil code. In Quebec's Article 36(5) of the Civil Code, it protects your image. Using someone's name, image, or voice without consent can be an invasion of privacy. Now, how do you protect yourself from all of this? Knowing very well that most of this public places are legal places where you can be filmed without a consent. Here's what you can do if you suspect someone is recording you without consent. 1, ask them to stop. You have the right to ask someone to stop filming you. They may refuse, but the request alone can be powerful. Number 2, leave the area. You have no obligation to stay, especially if it's in a public space. If you feel uncomfortable, leave. Number 3, report it to private property owners. If you're in a store, a restaurant, or a mall, report the person to management. They have the right to eject anyone violating their policies. Number 4, demand deletion. If someone has recorded you and you can identify them, you can demand to delete the footage. They are not legally required to do so, but it's worth asking. Report to the platform. If your image appears online without consent, report it to the platform. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Platforms may remove content that violates their terms of service. And number 6, file a police report. If the recording is part of a pattern of harassment, threats, or stalking, call the police. Number 7, consider a civil lawsuit. In some provinces, you may have a claim for intrusion upon seclusion, a tort that protects against highly offensive invasions of privacy. To succeed, you must show that the conduct was intentional, it invaded your private affairs, and a reasonable person would find it highly offensive. Number 8, use the tort of misappropriation of personality. If your image is used for commercial gain without your consent, you may have a claim for misappropriation of personality. Number 9, use Quebec's civil code. If you are in Quebec, Article 36(5) of the Civil Code provides direct protection against unauthorized use of your image. So, to sum up, here is your move. If you're being recorded without consent, ask them to stop. Leave the area. Report it to private property owners. Demand deletion. Report to the platform. Police harassment. Consider a civil law suit. And if you're a content creator, know the law. Filming in public is generally legal, but there are limits. Do not engage in harassment, intimidation, or voyeurism. Don't use people's images for commercial gain without their consent. Respect private property rules and be aware of Quebec's stricter protections. You have rights, use them. This is iChatLaw, where the law gets real. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. Now you know.